Does it work both ways when Talon shows up? I noticed that Talon today was total afro. He got rid of his braids. Police told me there was a little bit of fun going on in the locker room over the big afro.
Yeah, no, I'll always get on a little bit about it. Just he's got to take a couple days off, let the hair breathe, and I'm sure he'll have some nice braids or something set up for the next game. He's always looking sharp. So, yeah, he's in between hairdos, and he'll be back to his good look on Saturday, I'm sure.
How's he handling all this? I mean, obviously it's not the start Talon wanted or the team wanted, but he's your leader, he's your guy. Obviously, he wasn't able to finish the game last week. What's he like in the Blaymire every day after the 0-2 start, Garrett?
There's definitely a sense of urgency that he has, as well as a lot of the guys on the offense. It's not anything like self-doubt. We know we have the personnel, we know we have the ability. We just got to stay true to what we're doing and continue to execute the details and just be great at the basics. And if we continue to work and keep that effort high and that attention to detail at a high level, we'll have success.
Marco was just telling us he likes those 10 a.m. starts. You know, you get up, there's no anticipation, you just boom, gotta be ready for the game. You know, what do you think about the early starts? I know you've had quite a few now through your career.
Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit unique. Like pregame meal, they kind of when we have a later game, we have breakfast and then we have our pregame meal. So those are kind of two different palettes, right? But sometimes, you know, those early morning games, they got whole things out there. Not really sure, like if I'm going to eat breakfast food or if I'm going to have a little spaghetti and chicken breast before the game. But it's like 6 in the morning, so who knows? But outside of that, like once you get in the facility and get in the roll of things, like it's a football game. We're in the facility very early. We practice in the mornings, so that's kind of when we're at our best and our body's ready to go anyways.
So they have both options available for you there?
They have in the past. I'm sure whatever Sam has set out for us, our nutritionist will be great. So, yeah.
What would you pick?
I go with the breakfast stuff. Trying to have spaghetti that early in the morning is a little odd.
Seeing what Ashton's done so far, how excited does that make you about the potential for this offense?
Yeah, that guy's definitely a unit. I don't know. He does a lot of things that are borderline superhuman, I feel like. It's great knowing we have an explosive back because, you know, if I'm doing my job and the rest of the line's doing our job, then he'll make something happen. I mean, the saying for them is to always make the first guy miss, whether that's running through him, jumping over him, juking him out, whatever it is. If we're blocking up the front, he'll have a positive run.
There was a play, I think it was in the first half, where Roger got like a unsportsmanlike conduct or something. But the no line, like, are you like okay with it sometimes? Because I mean, man, you know, after that, you guys really kind of showed them like, hey, you know, we can punish you.
Right. So there's obviously a line that we're always towing, playing offensive line and being physical. You never want to hurt the team. Personally, I've had, you know, the personal fouls.
Yeah.
And those are an issue because that's, you know, you're losing 15 yards right there and you're putting the offense in a bad spot. And I talked to Roger. You know, it's not something we need to freak out and be upset about, but you know, when you're a young guy, I know for the Washington game, like it was a high anxiety game for him. So he had to kind of work through that, and he did that very well. Second start this season, a little more comfortable, maybe he's a little more excited. Boom, feel that. So it's kind of just, you know, understanding how each guy is going to react, and I know Roger's not doing it from a bad, spiteful place in his heart. Like he's playing hard, and he's a good dude, and he just wants to get after guys, and I love Roger for that. And I mean, we talked about it, and he's going to move forward. He's learned from it, and it's going to be all good moving forward.
What do you study, and what do you want to do after football?
I got my degree this summer in communications. That's kind of the magic question. I guess I've never had a great answer to it. Kind of ultimately, I believe that I'd be confident walking into an interview with, you know, whatever it is, and then being able to learn and grow. That's something that's very special about this program, and kind of the values that are instilled in us on a daily basis. Like I'll be able to go out and learn and execute whatever it is I need to get done.
You seem like a very methodical, deep thinker, and kind of stop and pause and think about it and come through with a well thought out comment. So how do you apply that in real life after football? What do you want to do? Do you have any idea?
I don't have a great idea, honestly, no. We had a mixer event last spring with you know, kind of the juniors and seniors within the athletics programs here at the university and some professionals in town, and kind of got to sit down and talk to some folks. Going into something like you know, some sort of construction management, maybe with ESI, met some folks over there, or even Appleman Construction. Like those are seemed like solid dudes when I was able to talk to them and kind of mingle. And I know there's former players that work for ESI, and they seem to enjoy it. So if I could walk into something like that and learn and grow within a company like that, I think it'd be really awesome.
Kind of humor me for a minute, because I don't know as much as these guys do. I've been around the team as much. What positions have you played on the line, like against what teams? Like, what do you remember when you played a specific spot?
So right tackle, I think I've had 2 or 3 starts. My very first start was at right tackle against Portland State, I think in 2019, and then last season played against Utah State. Left guard's been the majority of my reps. That's what I played last season. That's what I played in 2020. I played a little bit of right guard in the 21 season, and then this season, the 2 games at center.
Thank you.
Yep.
How Ben Dooley had like a crazy injury, it looked like, and then he came back. How tough is that dude?
Very tough. I always like to joke with him. He's got a big old noggin, and he's got a kind of the protruding brow, so he's like a couple generations devolved like a caveman. I like to joke with him, but no, he's an animal. Extremely tough individual, both mentally and physically. Last season he struggled with a little bit of an injury thing with an ankle that shouldn't have been what it was, and nobody's fault really, but it was just kind of an unlucky deal, and he had to really work through that, and it was tough, but he was able to stay positive and put in a lot of effort this offseason to be back. And yeah, Ben's tough. Whatever it is, like, he'll be able to work through it.
Anyone ask you about Ethan Card yet?
Huh.
Can you we saw him in that Washington game. He was like wearing number 19, and saw him today on the practice field. What has he done in the last couple months that kind of has put him in a spot to possibly play?
Obviously, he's a massive body, and he's got good feet for his size. And coming in as a transfer is tough, but he's learned well, and he's a smart football player. So yeah, the number 19 thing, that was a specific package where we wanted 6 offensive linemen in, and that's just him filling his role. And ultimately, I think that's what it is, coming at it with a good attitude. Whatever role needs to be executed, he's going to do his best.
Anything else? All right.
Thank you, guys.